Hey Kirby Woods, it's good to be with you again. Brother Tommy asked me if I would do one more devotional, and so this week we're going to be in Matthew 16, 24 to 26. It says this, "Then Jesus told his disciples, 'If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall a man give in return for his soul?'" I have three things that I want you to see from these verses. Number one, this invitation to follow Jesus is not just for teachers or pastors or really devoted Christians. In verse 24, Jesus says, "If anyone would come after me." So this applies to every single believer. If you claim to be a Christian, what Jesus is about to say should be evident in your life. So what does he say? He says, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." So the second thing I want you to see is that when Jesus says, "take up your cross," he's not talking about a difficult relationship or a stressful job or a medical condition. Maybe you've heard someone refer to one of those difficult situations and say, "That's my cross to bear." Well, not to make light of those things, but that's just not what Jesus is talking about here. Back then, in Jesus' day, a cross was an instrument for executing criminals. So a cross was used to bring shame and suffering and death. So Jesus' call to take up your cross is ultimately a call to die. Specifically for us to die to our own will, our self-will, in order to live and to obey Jesus and follow God's will. So that's why the first thing that Jesus says here is, you must deny yourself. In other words, Jesus' call on us is to surrender anything that would keep us or prevent us from following Jesus. One of the saddest stories in the Bible is the story of the rich young ruler. And if you know that story, the rich young ruler, he comes to Jesus one day and he asks Jesus, "What do I have to do to have eternal life?" And Jesus points out the law. And so the rich young ruler, he says, "Yeah, I've obeyed it all since I was a boy." But Jesus looks at him and he says, "You lack one thing. Go and sell all that you have and come follow me." But in response, the young ruler becomes sad because he has lots of wealth. And it says that he walks away from Jesus. So in other words, what that rich young ruler, what he treasured most was his wealth, his honor, and his worldly comforts. And that leads me to my final point, and that's that when you follow Jesus, you're not promised to have money, you're not promised comfort or honor or good health. In fact, following Jesus will involve dishonor and pain and sacrifice. So the question is, why would anyone want to follow Jesus if that's what it involves? Well, I think the answer is because of what Jesus says after this. He says, "Whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will find it." So when you lose your life, Jesus promises to give you true life in him. So I think about, to the world, following Jesus looks like a wasted life. But to those of us who know Jesus, following him is worth whatever we might lose in this life. One of my favorite songs is the song, "The Wonderful Cross." And so I want to end by sharing some of the words from that song. It goes, were the whole realm of nature mine, that were an offering far too small. Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. Oh, the wonderful cross, oh, the wonderful cross, bids me come and die and find that I may truly live. So that's Jesus' invitation to all of us, to come and die so that in Him we could find true life. So I hope that this week you'll meditate on what it means to truly follow Jesus. And I hope you have a great week.